This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And by Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is always ready to lend a hand in the communities that they serve. Log on to MidwestBank.com to find out more.
Game 2 of our doubleheader today. Well, let's get started on News Channel Nebraska. We're going to get right into things with Kenna Brett Schneider, who is in the batter's box. She fouls this one off. The second game of the day between Norfolk and Lincoln Southwest. The Silverhawks took game 1 in a tight 7-inning battle, 5-3. The Panthers had two runners on, a chance to tie. Could not quite get it done as this one fouled off again as well. Back on the mound, Kayla Bobbledike, who came in to relieve Jessica Schmidt, and she will start the circle again today. It was a battle, that first game, and that's exactly what Coach Mitch Anutka said before the game for Lincoln Southwest. He said this team, this from Norfolk, is very good. It will be a battle. And talking to Coach Siedschlag after the game, said it was a really fun one. But he also said it is what it is, and they got to come back and reel it in for game 2 of the doubleheader.
And that first game was absolutely intense. It started off, Lincoln Southwest was hot off the bat.
And this one's hot off the bat as well, and it's a single here for Kenna Brett Schneider. Just gets past Bobbledike.
So Brett Schneider opens it up as the leadoff hitter to first base. And as I was saying earlier, Southwest started off, bats were hot, got a 5-run lead as Norfolk was able to bring it back within 4-run game. And then as the innings kind of progressed, it became 5-3, and then Norfolk had the chance to walk it off. Unfortunately, was unable to, as Lincoln Southwest did take that first game.
Kennedy Williams, high ball toward the right side. It's caught by Waldo. Makes her way over there and makes the catch. Take a look at our school spotlight today, brought to you by Currency. Lincoln Southwest from Lincoln, Nebraska. Nearly 300,000 people in Lincoln, depending on the metro where you're at. About 1,500 people in the Lincoln Southwest school system. So Lincoln is just getting so big. There's so many schools popping up here and there. But the Silverhawks have always been tremendous at athletics, and their softball team is no different. 4 state titles, including the most recent one in 2021. Brenly Norlinger. And the 3-hole today for Lincoln Southwest. Runner goes, throw from Baumgard. Got her! Beautiful throw to get the stealing Brett Schneider out at second.
And a beautiful throw indeed. Got him on time on the steal. Norfolk starting off great after the wonderful throw.
So in the doubleheader, the first game of our doubleheader, Peyton Schnur was caught stealing. And how about this diving catch? And that ends the inning. Norfolk with some exclamation points. Catch made by Henley Morris. And the Panthers get out of the inning in exciting fashion. We head to the bottom of first. Next.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Take another look at this diving catch to end the inning. Henley Morris gets her glove under it, secures it with the body, and ends the inning. Now Norfolk will try to get the bats going. They led 1-0 in the start of last game, as let's take a look of our Currency school spotlight in Madison County, and nearly 1,000 students in Norfolk. They are the Panthers. And Norfolk almost has 25,000 people in this city. On the mound today for Lincoln Southwest, Chloe Jewett. She'll get things started. The senior did not have any pitching stats from, or did not have any hitting stats from last year.
So Chloe Jewett, she is a senior, so one of the old leaders on the group. She normally plays in the outfield when she's not on the mound. She did not play in the first game, and now she is making her debut in the second game from the circle. After the astonishing performance, to say the least, from Alexis Bradley, 8 strikeouts in that game. One finally giving her arm a break, moving on over to Chloe Jewett.
It was a great game for Bradley in her season debut. We mentioned her only pitching 6 innings last year. She pitched a complete game 7 today with, like Andrew said, a bunch of strikeouts. As Jewett gets it started in the circle, little low on the first pitch to Peyton Schnur, 1-0. These two teams have fought back and forth the last few years. With this win today, Lincoln Southwest now leads the series in the last 9 appearances, 5-4.
And Lincoln Southwest opening up the season, getting the win in the first game. Last year when they played, the series was tied 1-1. As now Lincoln Southwest opens things up with a win in that first game. Norfolk has the opportunity to tie the series as a replica to last year.
2-1 count for Peyton Schnur. Here's Jewett's pitch. Gets the strike. Two counts. The pitch, high heat, swing and a miss. Got Peyton Schnur swinging, and Chloe Jewett with a great start. Our first inning today is brought to you by John Henry's Our Family Serving Yours. Kylie Baumgard coming up to bat, catching today for the Panthers. Had a good game in the first time up in the doubleheader. She had a double and reached twice with a walk. First pitch inside, ball 1. Chloe Jewett getting her pitching debut this season. Twisting in the circle, delivers just off the plate, 2-0. Not quite there. It was a really nice frame job by Madsen. And a 3-0 count for Kylie Baumgard. Comes back with a strike. Jewett takes her time a little bit more in the circle than Alexis in that first game for Lincoln Southwest with the rosin bag. Swing and a miss. And now Chloe Jewett has Baumgard down to a full count. Was 3-0 just a second ago. The pitch. Fouled off right side. Staying alive in the at-bat is Baumgart. Full count payoff pitch. Hit toward third, it hits that foul line, and it is foul. It was a great catch either way by Murphy.
A great effort and a great catch, but that ball just kind of trickled down the third baseline just a little too late.
The stretch was the most impressive part, and that's exactly what Jewett and Murphy are smiling about. That was a great stretch. It's exactly what you want out of your first baseman. We'll do it again, full count. Just a bit too low and walks. Kylie Baumgart. That's the third time in our doubleheader that she has been walked. Really good with the at-bats.
Great job protecting the plate, showing patience, being able to start off Norfolk as that second batter, getting able to walk on first.
Starts off with a strike on Emerson Waldo. And she has done some really nice things today. Had an RBI in that first game, has had a couple really nice catches, including a diving catch in the top of the seventh of our last game. Waldo pipes this one at center. It's caught by Hart, the center fielder. Really nice bat on ball, but good defense for Hart to come on in and make the play.
Absolutely good defense indeed. Didn't take much for Hart to just run up there and grab that fly ball, putting two away for Silverhawks, excuse me.
Miley Wickman. 2 outs. That's too low. The runner was going anyway. Rounding second. And Baumgart will stay safely at second. She was already in the stealing motion before the ball went past Madsen.
Baumgart takes second for wild pitch.
Here's Jewett. 1-1 count after the foul tip from Miley Wickman. Well, again, we talk about how good this matchup has been. Lincoln Southwest and Norfolk the past few years. Split the home series last year. And since 2018, since their last 8 matchups, the series is 4-4. So right now it's 5-4 with the win going to Lincoln Southwest, but they haven't swept Norfolk since 2018. And that's a testament to both programs, just how good they are and how good these matchups are. Down low. That's ball 2. Baumgart had a big lead off a second there. Wickman a season ago, .363 batting average, 41 hits, 31 RBIs. Had a couple nice hits in her last game. Nice strike 2 on Miley Wickman. With 2 down, runner on second.
So Wickman didn't have the best first game she could have had, but now she's looking at a 2-2 with 2 away. See if she has an opportunity to put on something late with 2 outs.
Jewett already has 1 strikeout. Wickman pops up. Caught by Norlinger at second and ends the inning. No damage done. Another Norfolk base runner left on. And no score as we go to the top of the second. Lincoln Southwest and Norfolk deadlocked.
What does farming mean to you? For most, it's hard work, dedication, and livelihood. Unfortunately, that also comes with risk. At Nebraska Crop Insurance in Beatrice, they know the non-stop dedication involved to keep your family protected from that risk and ensure their livelihood. Not only do they know everything about the coverage you need, they're also farmers themselves. So protect what means the most to you with the agent who knows what it means to be a farmer. Nebraska Crop Insurance, 615 Dorsey Street in Beatrice.
News Channel Nebraska, no score in the top of the second inning, Norfolk and Lincoln Southwest. My name is Kalen Devitt. I'm joined by Andrew Pfeiffer today. As the sun is starting to set, a couple flies are starting to come out as well, and they are a lot quicker than I am.
And speaking of flies, back-to-back flyouts for the Norfolk Panthers, as they only got one person on base through a walk. But to no avail, we still remain scoreless to start the second.
Delaney Madsen coming up for Lincoln Southwest. First pitch flies out toward right field. That's caught by Kirsten Lynn. Quick work, one pitch, one out. That's efficient.
Kirsten Lynn, little bread and butter. Right in the basket, easy play for the first out.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Mary Beth Hart.
As that brings up Mary Beth Hart.
In the five spot. Hart first pitch, squats down with it. It's a strike. Mitch Anutka in his second season with Lincoln Southwest. Had a good year last year, went back to the state tournament. Unable to win a game there. Mary Beth Hart down 0-2. Leveling out that swing. Plays a little bit toward the back side of the plate. Pops it up left side, chasing after it. Oh, just slipped through her. Couldn't quite make the catch. And a valiant effort. Really nice job standing up here by Henley Morris. Watch how she stands. It's almost like she gives you a bow. Look at that.
It takes a lot of athleticism standing up with your legs crossed, but
that is core strength, and that is balance, like you mentioned, and you have to have some flexibility. Ballet. Fouled off again. Mary Beth Hart is staying in this at bat nicely. She's down 0-2, and here comes pitch 5. Upstairs. Ball 1.
Bobbledyke still in the second game after she originally was the reliever for Jessica Schmidt in that first game.
Fouled off again. Mary Beth Hart is working up Kayla Bobbledyke's pitch count. She had 8 pitches in the first inning. And this is the 8th pitch of this inning. Oh, what a hit toward right field. Catch is made. Kirsten Lynn was able to race back there and make the catch, but not without great contact from Mary Beth Hart. Looked like it could drop, but Kirsten Lynn read it perfectly.
And a fantastic catch from Kirsten Lynn, giving the Panthers the second out of the inning. As Lincoln Southwest started. Lincoln Southwest in that game 1, bats were pretty hot. And now as we're in the second inning, we have yet to see a run from either teams.
Emma Dostal. Down low, 1-1. Dostal, a cornerstone player for Lincoln Southwest. Very good out there in left field. She's also a good bat toward the middle of this lineup. Just misses. 2-1. Bobbledyke has been pitching since the third inning. Got in at the tail end of that third inning, as this is a base hit just over the head of Miley Wickman. And she just has to look, as you can't do anything about that. Dostal, nice piece of hitting.
Absolutely, I agree. And the count wasn't necessarily in her favor. It was looking like she was about to sit down on strikes. But fought her way back, made good contact, and Southwest has a runner on.
2-out single for Lincoln Southwest brings up Emily Yett. Hit a home run, 3-run bomb in our last game. First pitch from Bubbledyke to Yett is a ball. Lincoln Southwest scored 3 of their 5 runs last game with 2 outs, and this is again right over Wickman, and it gets past the left fielder Nielsen. Heading home is Dostal, and it's a double for Lincoln Southwest for Emily Yett.
Emily Yett, she had the bomb in that first game with a solid shot down the left field line, bringing in the first run after having a three-shot run in that first game. Brings in the first one for the Silverhawks.
And another really nice job for Lincoln Southwest with 2 outs. And their first strike, Bria Cades. The designated player, swing and a miss out in front. 1-run lead for Lincoln Southwest after the double from Emily Yett. Cades down 0-2. Bubbledyke trying to end the inning. That's down low and away. Good spot. Trying to get Cage the chase, but a nice job by Bria not to go after it. 1-2. Strike 3 looking. Bria Cades is sat down. And although giving up a run, Lincoln Southwest takes a 1-run lead, but Norfolk able to get out of the inning without another one coming across. We go to the bottom of the second. Silverhawks 1, Panthers nothing.
The Heart and Vascular team at Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute has spent the last 22 years focused on providing the highest level of heart care possible. With over 24,000 patients seen in the last 2 years alone, we know cardiac care by heart. Today, we offer the most advanced practices and technology to patients in 11 local communities, ensuring easier access to cardiology services. With specialists focusing on heart failure, vascular diseases, thoracic surgery, abnormal heart rhythms, and general cardiology, you can count on our heart experts to collaborate to provide you with the best care possible. Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute, keeping a pulse on the hearts of Nebraska for over 2 decades, is the faith difference.
Lincoln Southwest able to tack on a run, 1-0 over Norfolk as we go to the bottom of the second inning. These two teams, Andrew, just continue to duke it out as we head to the second inning of this matchup.
And we saw Lincoln Southwest originally get ahead. Well, now they are getting ahead in this game, but in the last game it was Norfolk who put up that first run. And so now Lincoln Southwest with a little revenge. The bats are still hot from that game 1.
This is Jessica Schmidt. She is batting in the 5-hole today, playing first base. She started off the first game today in the doubleheader as a pitcher. Got pulled a little bit earlier than she would have liked. Comes in there for a strike. Schmidt now sees what she wants. And it's a 1-1 count. Norfolk does not want to get into a habit of leaving runners on base. They did that a few too many times in the game prior. 6 runners left on, and checking down the line. It is a strike. Schmidt down 1-2. Thought she had the check swing.
Down 1-2.
And Chloe Jewett in the circle. Outside, tried to get Schmidt to chase.
Now Jewett has the opportunity to get her second strikeout of the evening, taking over for the fabulous Alexis Bradley with the, was it 8 or 9 strikeouts in that first? 9 strikeouts in that first game.
Strike 3 looking. Jessica Schmidt couldn't catch up to it and watched it go by. Jewett with 2 strikeouts to start off the day.
And just incredible pitching from the mound for the Silverhawks so far today. First you had Bradley, now Jewett coming in with 2, and we're only in the second inning. She's on track to have herself a great game.
This second inning is brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. With Kirsten Lynn in the batter's box, a 1-0 count. And you mentioned that, Andrew. I thank you for bringing that up. Just we talk about the pitching again. We talked about it a little bit in the first game as this is fouled off. Lincoln Southwest lost 2 big graduating seniors from a year ago who had a combined 165 innings, 206 strikeouts. And then we're hoping to get Reagan Vokun out here. Would have been the junior pitcher, but she's injured. And from last season, with those 3 players combined, as 205 innings, 265 strikeouts, and coming into today, had 16 innings pitched from their roster, which is just incredible to think of how well they've done in that first game with Alexis Bradley, 9 strikeouts, and now Chloe Jewett fouled off again by Lynn. Just shows what coaching and development can do.
Development is definitely that key word. I mean, especially when it comes to both teams. I mean, Norfolk, you have a lot of returning players as well, and these 2 teams are very evenly matched. It's not like you see one is completely dominating the others. They both have just been putting up absolute dogfights. And that just speaks volumes to the coaching staff and their development of those players. And like we were talking about earlier, Norfolk returning 8 of their 9 starters. So like you were saying, development is that key word.
Fouled off again, and Kirsten Lynn, and a good at bats. We'll redo full count again.
So now with 1 away, a full count, you may, and you want to pick up your third, obviously, and she very well could. Wouldn't end the inning quite yet, but could get the momentum swinging if you're the Silverhawks.
Well hit towards center field. Mary Beth is back there. Drop the ball. That's a home run.
Wow, initially I thought she caught it, but Mary Beth
Hart couldn't grab it. Kirsten Lynn, her first home run of the season, ties the game.
And how about it? Norfolk coming back strong. An incredible shot from Mary Beth Hart. Now tying the game of a solo shot with 1 run apiece.
If you're Mary Beth Hart, you can't feel too bad about dropping that ball because she had a really nice catch early in the first game. One that was what we could call a robbery. Here had the opportunity, but just dropped it over the fence, and that's the toughest part about some of those catches. But Kirsten Lynn, who was second on the team in home runs a year ago for Norfolk, had 5, gets her first of the season. Brings up Henley Morris, who fouls it back. One game.
And the momentum just changes back and forth. First, Southwest puts up that first run. Energy running hot off the mound, but then all of a sudden, you have that solo shot from Hart. And now we have a tie ball game.
Henley Morris down 0-2 after the called strike. Chloe Jewett. A little too high. Our broadcast today is thanks in part to United Healthcare, where small towns matter. Low. 2-2. That's always the benefit of getting up 0-2 if you're the pitcher like Jewett, is because you can play around a little bit with your first and second pitches. Then whenever you have a 2-2 count, you kind of want to come back something a little bit more direct, a little bit more under control. And that's what Jewett does, but Morris gets a nice piece of it on the breaking ball.
And when you're sitting at that 0-2, like you said, that's when Jewett has the opportunity to kind of open up her creativity a little bit, maybe try to get the batter to bite a little bit more on those off-speed, those changing, those breaking pitches, and just try to work her craft. But like you said, once it kind of goes back to 2-2, you kind of have to zone back in a little bit more and, got to throw straight.
A little too high again, 3-2 full count. Morris battling her out here with Chloe Jewett, who's picked up 2 strikeouts today. Just gave up a home run to Kirsten Lind to tie the game. The pitch popped up in the gap. Will that drop? It will. Bounces off the fence, and Henley Morris has a stand-up double.
And a lucky bounce for the Silverhawks indeed. Just a foot away from exiting the park. Would have had back-to-back solo shots, but hits the back of the fence as Henley Morris, like you said, gets standing double.
Brooklyn Brands rises up the batting order a spot from 9th to 8th. She is the designated player today. With the leading run on second, popped up, out of play. Chloe Jewett waits the sign, checks her wristband. Delivers. Grounded toward Kennedy Williams, throws the easy play to third, trying to get the tag, couldn't do it. And now Brands heads to second on the fielder's choice.
And you saw the hesitation from Henley Morris. She wanted to take home, but good coverage from Jewett didn't allow her to do so. But in fact, on the backside end, allowed Brands to make her way to second.
And I see what Williams was trying to do. She was trying to throw it over to third, but still there's not a force out. You would have to get the tag. And if the throw's not perfect, you probably are just better off going to first. Zoe Nielsen didn't play in the last game. Now playing in this game of our doubleheader.
And so what could have been a failed attempted fielder's choice over at the third base now leads to 2 runners on in scoring position for the Panthers.
Nielsen rips it nicely, but is foul. Now 0-2 for the 9-hitter, Zoe Nielsen.
And only 1 out down for the Panthers. They really have an opportunity to extend the lead.
Chokes up big time on the bat here.
And this is Nielsen's debut in this game. I believe she did not get a start in that first game. She makes her first appearance at the plate.
Nielsen drives it toward right side. Catch is made. Nicely done by Brett Schneider to secure the ball and pick up the Silverhawks' second out.
And Henley Morris was really thinking about tagging up and taking home, but made the decision to stay conservative. So nothing's really changed. Runners still on second and third. Only thing that changed is the Silverhawks pick up another out and potentially could save this inning.
We go back to the top of the order with Peyton Schnur. She had a pretty decent game in the first one of our doubleheader, but she did strike out to begin this day to Chloe Jewett, now down 0-1. And that was kind of the Panthers' issue in the first game, leaving runners on base. They've got 2 on right now. This is fouled off toward the screen. But you really want to find a way to get Morris and Brands home if you're the Panthers. Obviously, for Lincoln Southwest, they have done an incredible job at getting out of these jams. Not quite strike 3. Off the plate, just a hair. 1-2.
And I think you emphasized just earlier, Kaylin, that the Silverhawks have been doing a phenomenal job getting out of those jams. Those 2 out runners in scoring position. Don't be surprised if you see it again.
Fouled off left side again. Another nice at bat.
And the pressure is on for Schnur having 2 down, but runners in scoring position just has to find the right spot. Has to take the pitch that she likes.
Doesn't find the zone. 2-2. Jewett wanted that one.
And Jewett was ahead in the count there at 1-2. Really wanted that pitch.
Grounded. Norlinger, throw over to first in time to end the inning. And once again, the Silverhawks don't let too much damage come across. We're tied at 1 as we go to the top of the third. Next on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. Norfolk Auto Center, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple always. And by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their top priority.
Woodhouse Chevy is making car buying better with 2 convenient locations in Missouri Valley, Iowa, and our newest location in Omaha at 112th and Dodge. With a huge selection of new cars, trucks, and SUVs, experience the entire Chevy lineup and explore our savings going on now. Visit us in store or online anytime to shop our current offers and all our inventory. Find new roads with Woodhouse Chevy in Missouri Valley and now in Omaha.
Back here at Tahazuka Park, top of the third inning, we have a tie ball game between your Norfolk Panthers and Lincoln Southwest Silverbacks. We're tied at 1 inning, Silverhawks that is. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer alongside Kaylin Debden with my play-by-play debut for NCN. This is News Channel Nebraska. As in the previous inning in the bottom of the second, Jewett was able to get out of a jam that could have potentially brought on an extra pair of runs for Norfolk to no avail. Is now leading off for the Silverhawks. First pitch sees it through, strike 1. And so that'll be 0-1.
Bobble Tyke's still out there.
And there's a solid hit, pop up to left field. Doesn't quite reach left field, just short in the infield. Play made by, I'm fumbling on the word here. Morris was the playmaker on that one. And so now 1 down for the Panthers.
A nice shot. That was a good contact for McKenna Murphy. Put the bat on the ball, but just needs to straighten it out a little bit more next time.
Lays down the bunt, and she fields it so it doesn't roll foul, but too late. She is called safe. As Brent Schneider lays down the perfect bunt, Wichman tried to field it, so it wouldn't go foul, but she was too late as Brent Schneider gets on first.
Yeah, that's tough. I think if you're Wickman, you probably want to let that go foul, but wanted to make the play anyway. She had the ball in her hand. It was kind of a bang-bang decision. You don't really know what's going on in your head at times. You just got to go with what you feel like is your gut. I've been caught in no man's land many a time playing baseball and softball.
Now that brings up shortstop Kennedy Williams, who flew out in the first, making her second appearance at the plate. Brent Schneider on first. Silverhawks looking to score. And there's a nice ground ball to second. Goes over to second, makes the play on the easy force out. So really nothing happening there. Silverhawks tried to advance. But a great play from Morris over to Waldrow for the force out.
Yeah,
Kennedy Williams on first. Go ahead, Kalen.
Just had to make the smart play there, and that's exactly what Morris was able to do.
So that brings up second baseman Brentley Noringer with 2 down for the Panthers. First pitch just a little bit outside the zone. That's ball 1. Kicks and deals. Here's the second pitch, and it's struck right into second base. Good field on the force out, and that'll end the inning for the Panthers. A great glove by Morris to close things out here for the Panthers. And we'll be back right after the break. With the bottom of the third inning, we are still tied at 1 run on NCN.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever-changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Back here at Tahazuka Park for the bottom of the third inning. Still tied at 1 run here. Jewett still making her appearance on the mound as leading off for the bottom of the third.
Jewett, she's only pitched 2 innings so far, but 47 pitches thrown through 2 innings. That's just how the Panthers have been hanging around in these at-bats.
Now Baumgart leading off bottom of the third. There's a rocket up into center field to no avail. Easy fly out catch for center fielder Mary Beth Hart. Puts one away.
Did a nice job that time for Mary Beth Hart to make the catch. Didn't have to worry about trying to make it a spectacular play. Just came up on it and let it come right into the glove.
Now that'll bring up the second baseman, Emerson Waldrow. One away for the Silverhawks, Waldrow. Kicks, deals, first pitch up and away. Can that be down? It is.
What a catch.
What a catch indeed. But Murphy came down with that catch. Let's take a look at that one more time. Could have been a foul ball, but just a beautiful snag. Murphy comes down with it, 2 away.
All right, so if you're Wickman here, 2 pitches, 2 outs, do you let this one go by because you don't want a 3-pitch inning? It's very rare to happen, and we talked about Jewett's pitch count. This would be a great way to lower it.
And the 3-pitch inning doesn't happen. Just want to let you guys know that this third inning is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain and not just the symptoms. Second ball sees through. Count now 2-0 for Wickman. On deck, Jessica Schmidt, the first baseman. There's the third ball thrown in a row. Wickman ahead of the count, 3-0.
Yeah, good start to the at-bat for Wickman. Not having to do too much work right now, but expect Jewett to come right back with one right down the middle.
So now when you're Jewett, you know what's coming. And a solid crack from Wickman. Could that be out of here? Goodbye! Miley Wickman, the third baseman, sends it out of the park, giving Norfolk a one-shot home run with 2 outs. And Wickman finally gets her piece of the day. Kalen, an amazing hit.
Huge smile for Miley Wickman. That thing was gone off the crack of the bat. No doubter. I was trying to see if it was able to clear the men's fences beyond that. I don't think it did, but still hit really well.
Wickman flew out in the first, but came back a no-doubter, indeed, an absolute bomb.
And how about the green light with a 3-0 count? We mentioned that Jewett had to go right back down the plate. Miley knew that, got the green light from Coach Siedschlag, and just sent it out of here.
And so with 2 outs, that 2-out magic starting to come back for the Panthers and work in their favor. As that now brings up Jessica Schmidt. Struck out in the second inning. Schmidt struck out in the second inning. Second pitch way over. This count ties at 1.
Got to kind of calm down a little bit here. Take a deep breath if you're Chloe Jewett. Gave up a home run, but there's no traffic on the base paths and 2 outs.
Schmidt gets a little happy there. Pulls at a ball that wasn't there. Count it 1-1. And here's Jewett. Kick steals. A little too high. This counts even at 2 apiece. So Schmidt has the opportunity here to keep the 2-out magic going for the Panthers. Jewett might have something different to say about that. Kick steals. Ball's popped up to short. And an easy glove from Williams to end the inning. But you got to give props to the bomb from Wichman, the no-doubter, to give the Panthers to lead 2-1. We will be back with the top of the 4th. This is News Channel, Nebraska.
Get rewarded and earn interest for using your MyDesign Rewards checking account with Midwest Bank. I'm volleyball player Allie Badenhorst, and I get rewarded when I use my debit card grabbing a bite to eat or getting coffee before class. It's easy, simple, and smart. It's not about how much money I have in my account. I get rewarded just for using my debit card at all my favorite places. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Fuel your journey by starting at a Speedy Mart store near you. From the small communities in Nebraska to the larger cities, the staff at Speedy Marts are ready to serve you with food, fuel, and rewards. Save 5 cents per gallon with the Fuel Your Journey fill-up plus additional bonus savings. Download the app for mobile pay, offering customers the highest quality branded food and treats, fresh, ready, and convenient. Check out SpeedyMart.com for locations and job opportunities.
Back here at the top of the 4th at Tahazuka Park, Panthers up 2-1. And there's that first pitch off the glove of Wickman, who had the home run in the last inning. As off the first pitch, Madsen safe at first.
Yeah, probably going to have to call that an error on Wickman, who was right there. And Norfolk likes playing in this shallow corners here with Wickman and Schmidt both playing up a little bit. And it was a really nice opportunity there for Miley to make that play, but just off the glove.
So for the Silverhawks, that brings up. So Jocelyn Altman will get the nod as the pinch runner. As that brings up Mary Beth Hart, who flew out to right field in the second inning as she makes her second appearance in the second game. Pinch runner comes in for Madsen. Hart now at the plate. Kick steals, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Bob Black's done a nice job keeping her pitch count down. Only 34 pitches coming into this 4th inning, which is pretty impressive to start off the game.
Bobbledyke has there's a ground ball right into Bobbledyke's leg, but she still manages to field the ball and make the throw. Man, that looked painful. Came right off the ankle, but she was able to scoop it and throw it on over to first. Gets it over to Schmidt, and there's one away.
And Siegschlag just heading out there to check on her, make sure she's okay. Took it like a champ. Right on the stirrups.
Right off of that leg. Almost kind of gives you the same feeling when you were a kid and riding those scooters and you got the scooter to the ankle.
Those things were lethal. Razor scooters, they are no joke.
But it seems like she's going to be all right. She's taking a couple more swings, testing out that foot. She's got a smile on her face. She's looking like she's okay.
Night is falling in Norfolk, and it is gorgeous. A low-scoring affair so far, too.
So now that brings up Emma Dotzel. After the ground out, that's one down for the Panthers. Kicks, deals, takes a hack at it, fouls it back. Count goes 0-1. And you're just watching Bobbledyke on the mound. She looks to be doing okay. She's got that plant foot. Seems to be working well after taking that heater straight to the leg at the last at-bat. She looks like she's doing all right. Second pitch in the dirt.
Pitched a 4 1/3 inning in the start of the doubleheader last game, and she's been the starter here.
There's a solid shot center field. Could this go? It does! Emma Dotzel, a 2-run shot as the Silverhawks take the lead 3-2.
This is a back and forth game, exactly how you want it, between two schools, leaving it all out on the diamond. Emma Dostal took it for a ride and said goodbye.
A 2-run shot for Dostal, bringing home the hit from Madsen's pinch runner. And just an incredible bomb over the center field fence.
Dostal also scored in the second, so she scored 2 of the 3 runs today for the Silverhawks early in the 4th. And now they just keep interchanging that lead.
And there's a solid hit. It's an Ovale popped up. Morris comes up with it. And so that's 2 down for the Panthers. You could hear it off the contact. Yet made contact, and you could hear her mutter under her breath like, dang it, that's not what I wanted. As Morris came under it, giving the Panthers their second out. As that brings up Bria Cades, designated player, struck out in her first appearance in the second.
Did a nice job. Cades holding back on that one. It was a pretty good frame job by Baumgard.
Bobbledyke throws 2 balls straight. Bria Cades ahead in the count, but she was ahead in the count her last appearance. So there's a solid hit up to right field. Under it is Waldrow, getting the third out for the Panthers. But the Silverhawks, after an absolute bomb from Dotzel, they retake the lead 3-2, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th. This is News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Columbus Motor Company, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
And we return with the bottom of the fourth inning, as the Lincoln Silverhawks lead the Norfolk Panthers 3-2 after the two-run shot from Dotzel. Now leading off for the Panthers is Kirsten Lynn, the right fielder. Here's the first pitch from Jewett. Off the bat, fouled away.
Good back and forth game so far. You had Lincoln Southwest hop up to a 1-0 lead. Norfolk came back with a bomb to tie it, then had another home run from Wickman to take the lead 2-1, and then Emma Dostal comes up and hits a two-run shot. It's 3-2. This is a great softball game.
So Emma Dostal had the walk in that first time she was at bat and was able to get around and score that first run, and then was responsible for the following two runs after that shot. So all three of Lincoln Southwest runs have came or have been a reason to Emma Dostal. And so she's definitely the player of the day, at least for the Silverhawks. As here's an 0-2 for Jewett. Swings and misses. Lynn sits down. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Jewett.
I don't think Kirsten Lynn was a huge fan of that swing. Kind of a half-hearted effort. Wasn't quite sure if she wanted to watch it go by or to come on through, and that's always a tough situation to be in.
Now up to bat, shortstop Henley Morris, following the 3-pitch strikeout for Kirsten Lynn. Jewett sees one through. That's 0-1.
A lot of speed on the fastball to get things started to Morris. 3 strikeouts for Chloe Jewett.
So Jewett picks up her third. Pitch a little too high there. Count tied at 1.
Morris in the second inning had a nice double that almost cleared the fence. Got pretty close.
The 1-1 for Morris. Check swing, doesn't matter. Jewett puts it right down the can. As Morris is now looking at a 1-2. 1-2 for Morris. Kick steals as Jewett. There's a pop up. Almost hits Kaylin and I back here in the booth.
Oh,
but
thought I had that.
Kaylin was ready to catch it.
I probably would have dropped it. Gonna be completely honest with you, Andrew.
So count still remains 1-2. Morris staring down the diamond. Here's Jewett on the pitch, kick steals. Another foul ball once more. Kaylin, we've seen a lot of those foul balls tonight.
I can't imagine how many boxes of softballs these two teams have gone through already. There's been tons of foul balls, multiple home runs now.
It's the series of collateral damage, some might call it. It's always good to have insurance. This plays over to short, ahead on over. Not in time. Henley Morris is safe, runs out the throw. Put on from Williams over to Murphy, not in time.
Well, I think the call is she got pulled off the bag. She did just hop over the bag.
And that's the advantage of the replay system, is you can see those types of things. From our perspective, she did come off the bag.
It was
and
close.
Morris, it was very close, but Morris was able to make it there first, and that was the right call.
Great job by our camera crew catching that. And it goes down as a single.
Now that brings up Brooklyn Brands. She had a standing double in her first appearance in the second inning. And only one away for the Panthers with a runner on first. Starting to show a little bit of vengeance after that last inning. This pitch for Jewett, high fly ball up to left field. Easy glove, no tag up. As Morris will stay, and Brands is out after the second pitch. Dossel coming up with the grab, giving the Silverhawks their second out of the inning.
Nice job by Dostal. She was coming up on it and then kind of saw that it was dropping a little bit quicker than initially thought, so she had to put a little bit more acceleration behind her legs to get there and made the nice catch.
So Zoe Nielsen now up, sees that first pitch through. Count goes 1-0. And so really no change here. Brands flew out to left field. Morris still stranded on first. Zoe Nielsen has a crack at the bat down deep center field. And a good glove. Mary Beth Hart comes up with the third and final out for the Silverhawks. When we'll be back with the top of the fifth inning. Caitlin will give you the rest of the way with the play-by-play. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
Three-two ball game in a tight one in Tahazuka Park in Norfolk, Nebraska. Top of the fifth inning is brought to you by Sartor Heyman. Sartor Heyman will help your jewelry dreams come true. Really good game so far between these two squads. Caitlin Devin and Andrew Pfeiffer joining you on News Channel Nebraska. And our fourth inning, our last inning, was brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. You can discover more at lincoln.org. Silverhawks are pretty used to Lincoln since they live there.
Saying I used to live there?
Well, Lincoln Southwest lives there. You also used to live there.
I did also live there.
I also used to live there.
That is correct. We've all lived there.
Everybody's lived in Lincoln. It is a great place.
We've all lived in Lincoln. We've all lived in Norfolk. So we got kind of home ties with both teams here.
3-2. McKenna Murphy, as she popped up foul. This is a little low for a ball. One count, top of the fifth inning. Just misses the corner of the plate, 2-1. Well, again, talking to Coach Mitch Anutka of Lincoln Southwest, he just mentioned how good this Norfolk team was, but how he felt really confident in his Silverhawk team, and he just knew that both games would be a battle, and that's exactly what is going down.
And a battle indeed, especially for a season debut. I mean, this is pretty intense right off the rip. Back and forth games for both games, really.
Kayla Bobbledike has been pitching consistently since the last game. This gets down for a base hit. McKenna Murphy headed towards second. The throw, not in time. Murphy slides and the throw just a little bit off the plate, but it's a sliding double for McKenna Murphy.
And a great shot from Murphy, getting it into right center field, right between Schnur and Lynn. Schnur came up with the grab, but not in time, as Murphy rounded first, and it's got a standing double. An excellent shot from Murphy.
And here comes Coach Siedschlag talking with the official. lineup. The runner is out.
And the Lincoln Southwest bench is confused as to what happened as the head coach went over and talked to the officiating crew, and umpires made a call, and apparently there's an out. So there's a lot of confusion. Here comes the Lincoln Southwest coach. And I don't think he agrees with the final decision. We're still trying to figure out what that final decision was.
Murphy is allegedly out. Okay, so the ruling is that Murphy, when she was rounding first, did not touch the bag, and that's why Coach Siegschlag had such a great view of it. Murphy was stunned. Let's check the replay.
You can see her round.
She missed it short. She missed it short.
And props to Norfolk head coach being able to see that. And that leads to another out, leaving the Silverhawks, just kind of confused as to what the call was. But
wow.
It ends up turning out.
That's big.
I mean, that's just good heads up from the coach's dugout.
And Kenna Brett Schneider with a 1-1 count. That is a deflation of a play for Lincoln Southwest. You think you have Murphy, who hits a sliding double to open up the 5th inning. Misses first base. Just crushing. And there for a strike, 3-1.
So what Murphy thought originally was a double standing off of a great hit, she did miss the base. And that counts as an out, so 1 down for the Panthers.
This rip toward left field. Nielsen back, makes a nice catch, able to poke that glove out there and snatch it away.
And a great catch from Nielsen. Probably could have been a standing double if that play was not made. However, Nielsen made a good play, hustling, getting under the ball. No, that's 2-way.
And a big change now, 2 outs, and Coach Siegschlag going to have a quick conversation with Caleb Bobbledike. He calls in the entire infield with 2 down, 3-2 ball game.
And so Bobbledike's been pitching for a long time. She came in to relieve in the 3rd inning, and from the conversation, it kind of looks like they might be wrapping up her evening for tonight. She has been pitching incredibly well.
Yeah, she's done a really nice job, but like you said, Andrew, she's been pitching since the 3rd inning of the opening game today, and then came out as the starter in this 2nd game. So she's been using that arm quite a bit. Hasn't thrown too many pitches today, really, in this 2nd game.
And so she went straight through that 3rd inning, all the way up into the 5th inning of the next game, and is now finally getting her break.
Kirsten Lynn.
So Kirsten Lynn makes the move from right field down to the mound.
And so what will happen is Brands will head out to right field.
Got it.
While Lynn will pitch. And that is how this crew is doing it. Bobbledike was not in the batting order, so they'll just take her out. Three 3-2 game.
We're going to give Lynn that time to warm up, obviously. As she has the opportunity to register a save. The one that Bobbledike was unable to get that first game. She originally came in, like we said, she came in relieving Jessica Schmidt after 3 innings, played through the entirety of that first game, the entirety of this game, and is now getting pulled out at the 5th. So she's had a pretty busy day, but now that leaves Kirsten Lynn the opportunity to get the save for the Panthers as they're only down a run.
And also, make sure you tune into News Channel Nebraska tomorrow because Elkhorn North and Beatrice in a Week 0 football matchup. Friday Night Lights is here, Andrew.
Oh, absolutely.
And so is Thursday Night Lights. This is poked up toward the middle, scooped up by Waldo. She makes the throw. Not in time. Schmidt thought she had the scoop, but it is an infield single for Kennedy Williams.
An infield single indeed. And hey, you know what, Kalen? There's 2 outs. Need I say more?
That's how well that Lincoln Southwest has played today with 2 outs.
We've seen most of the magic today happen from those 2-out innings, as where we've seen them mount most of the runs we've seen today. And so is it possible we see even more?
This line toward Wickman just past her glove. And another one can get through for Lincoln Southwest.
And once more, Wickman tries to come down with another ground ball that had a little bit of heat on it. Unable to make the snag. Wickman just having some trouble at that third base spot today.
Norlinger reaches with the error, are now 2 runners on and 2 outs. Kirsten Lynn in the circle for Kayla Bobbledyke, who pitched a total of 9 innings today when you combine both games. Madsen, first pitch ball.
So a full game and then some for Bobbledyke, at least at a high school level, having the 7 innings. So pitching a full game and 2 extra innings, she's got to be exhausted probably.
Another ball just inside, and this is a really tough situation for Kirsten Lynn. You come in with the bases clear, and in just a few short pitches, now loaded. Excuse me, not loaded, but 2 runners on. That's high, runners go! Lincoln Southwest takes advantage of the mistake and runners in scoring position in a 3-0 count for Delaney Madsen.
Pitch just seemed to miss the glove of Baumgard, allowing those runners to advance in scoring position.
That gets past the glove of Wickman. 2-run score for Lincoln Southwest. The lead is 5-2.
So the ball first gets by Wickman and then gets by Nielsen, allowing those 2 runs to come in as Lincoln Southwest extends the lead 5-2. We'll take a look at that replay one more time, right through Wickman. Nielsen tries to glove it, it goes past her. That brings in those 2 runs that were in scoring position.
Single and error for Delaney Madsen, and it's a 2-run RBI. 2 RBI single, and now Lincoln Southwest has opened it up 5-2 with 2 outs. What's new for this Silverhawk team? Lynn, that's in there for a strike. Runner goes to third. And that has got to be frustrating.
And now yet another runner in scoring position. And how many outs is there, Kalen?
There's 2 outs. Lincoln Southwest has scored multiple runs today on 2 outs. 1-1 count for Mary Beth Hart.
We have back-to-back errors from Wickman over on third.
Now 2-1. 5-2 ball game. As this inning has gotten out of control. Here's Wickman, bobbles it again, throw over to first. Not in time. Another run comes across for Lincoln Southwest.
And another ball gets by Wickman. Just not in time. She's able to snag it last second, throw it over. Is not there. Southwest brings home their scoring runner from third. You can see, watch the replay here. Another ground ball to Wickman, just fumbled off the glove. Can't get the throw on in time. That brings in yet another run as the Silverhawks extend by 4.
Here's Emma Dostal, 6-2 game. The top of the 5th inning. Lincoln Southwest, I mean, this was, Norfolk thought they were going to get out of the inning pretty easily, made the pitching change, and all of a sudden, things go downhill. 3 runs, back to back to back. Score for the Silverhawks, and it's 6-2.
And you think that Lynn would have the easy job of getting that final out.
Just foul.
For the Panthers, and that 2-out magic strikes again.
Two down, 2-1 count. Top of the 5th inning. Norfolk now in a little bit of trouble. And Lincoln Southwest has all the momentum. Right up the gap. Beautifully done off the bat. That sends around Mary Beth Hart toward third. She's dashing toward the plate, and there. Double scores Hart. It's 7-2.
And then Meyer, the hustle from Hart. A beautiful hit left center field, going back looking just incredible. Yet another run put on by the Silverhawks.
What a day for Emma Dostal. Singled and scored in the 2nd. 2-run homer in the 4th. And a RBI double here in the 5th. She is a triple away from the cycle.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing. I mean, it would be pretty crazy.
It would be pretty crazy. Emily Yetz.
Good luck.
Got Dostal at 2nd. It's right toward Wickman. She scoops it up the throw in time and ends the inning finally for Norfolk, but not without Lincoln Southwest. 4 straight runs, and it is a 7-2 game as we go to the bottom of the 5th next on NCN.
If you're thinking about becoming a John Deere technician, receive a debt-free degree from Landmark Implement. With the John Deere Student Tech program, receive reimbursement for up to 100% of college tuition, fees, books, and room and board, plus a $5,000 tool stipend. Students are paid a competitive hourly wage for their work hours and are guaranteed employment at a Landmark location after graduation. Visit landmark.careers to find out more about the John Deere Student Tech program and become part of the Landmark difference.
Big inning in the top of the 5th for Lincoln Southwest. It went from a 3-2 game to a 7-2 game. 4 straight runs. Williams, Norlinger, Madsen, and Mary Beth Hart all score, and that has turned the tide as soon as Kirsten Lynn came in. Just a tough situation for Norfolk. Multiple errors. Not ideal for the Panthers.
Like you said, not the best way for Lynn to be able to enter the game. There were 2 outs away. All Lynn had to do was come in and just get one more, finish out the inning. Little did we know that 2-run magic from the Silverhawks came back, putting up 4 runs.
Chloe Jewett still in the circle for the Silverhawks. She's pitched a pretty good games to this point. 3 strikeouts today And a 1-1 count with Peyton Schnur, the leadoff batter for the Panthers, 0 for 2 in the second game of our doubleheader. Fouls this one off above the screen. Now 1-2.
She struck out in the first, had a ground out in the second inning, 0 for 2 so far. Making her third appearance, staring down at a 1-2. Norfolk trying to get just a little bit of life back into this game.
Strike. No, that is a ball. 2-2. Close spot. Lincoln Southwest and Norfolk has been a good matchup for the past 8 games, tied up at now 9 games is in favor of Lincoln Southwest, 5-4. But since 2018, Lincoln Southwest has not swept the Panthers, which is crazy considering from 2012 to 2018, Lincoln Southwest won 19 straight games against Norfolk, but things are different now. Popped up, left side, Dostal under it, makes the catch, and shuts down Peyton Schnur.
Dostal's been lights out all night, both at the left field and at the plate. Makes it look easy, as her night has been phenomenal for the Silverhawks.
Kylie Baumgard walked in the first inning, flew out to center in the third, with one down in the bottom of the 5th. Jewett, too high, ball 1. Chloe Jewett, not a lot of varsity experience in this circle for Lincoln Southwest, but she's done well today. Ball 2. It's one of the toughest things for lots of bigger schools in Class A, whether you're Lincoln Southwest or Norfolk. Sometimes as a junior or senior, you don't get a lot of playing time until you are a junior or senior, which can make things tricky for experience cases, albeit you do play lots of JV. But varsity is just another level, and Jewett has done a great job today.
And I can admit, I can attest to that experience. You know, being in a Class A high school myself, you don't really get to see a lot of action until your final 2 years is when you see a majority of your playing time, which is what a lot of these players are having to deal with because of the constant rotation and upbringing of better players and those seniors. And, you know, it almost kind of works the same way with college, unless you're like a true freshman starter. You kind of don't get to see that experience until your later years.
Ball 4, Kylie Baumgard on 4 pitches is walked. Emerson Waldo, second base today for the Panthers. She's 0 for 2, flew out to center and popped out to Murphy at first with 1 away. Jewett in the circle. Fouled off again. A lot of foul balls today.
Any more foul balls, and we might need to make a quick run to Shields or somewhere to get another bucket.
Gotta drive all the way back down to Lincoln. One runner on. High. Ball 1. Lincoln Southwest with a nice 5-run lead, but nothing is ever comfortable. In softball, things can change. Norfolk made a rally in that last game. Put a little pressure on the Silverhawks. Lincoln Southwest was able to win the first game with this doubleheader. They are 1-0 and looking to be 2-0. Pass ball will send Baumgard to second and will walk Emerson Waldo.
Waldo reaches on the walk. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 19, Miley Wickman.
Miley Wickman is now up. She had a home run at her last appearance. And it looks like Lincoln Southwest is going to take another mound visit.
And maybe this is a quick conversation for Jewett. Could be the end for her day today. She's played pretty well up to this point, but has not had a great start to this inning. Coach Mitch Anutka out there talking to his team.
So Jewett's seen this entirety of the second game. Through 5 innings, has yet to be talked or at least considered to have a mound visit. But I think this message is kind of more of a team message rather than it is pitching, because Jewett has been just absolutely lights out, but of course had the help of the field behind her, making it easy on her. I mean, they've only mounted 2 runs.
They just intentionally walk Wickman. Wickman has just been intentionally walked.
And the way at that last appearance, you know, it's probably not the worst decision to make if you're the Silverhawks.
But I mean, you've got Jessica Schmidt, who I think is just as good of a hitter. Hasn't really found the rhythm today, but we'll find out, I guess. Bases loaded. Schmidt gets it through the gap. That will score 1. Now 2 runs for the Panthers. It's a 7-4 game. Just like that.
Now, if you're Lincoln Southwest, do you think intentionally walking Wickman was a good idea?
It's always hard to tell in those situations, but Jessica Schmidt is a good hitter. She is a good all-around hitter, and all she needed was a little something to get through the gap, and that's exactly what she did. And that will also end the day for Chloe Jewett, who did a wonderful job in her first varsity start, inaugural start of the season. And a pitching change on News Channel Nebraska, 7-4 in the bottom of the 5th with 1 down. Norfolk Panthers runners on the corners. Coming up next on NCN.
From the moment something didn't feel quite right, to that ambulance arriving at your door, from the immediate diagnosis, to the surgery that followed, to the long list of lifestyle changes, and that family gathering that everyone always talked about, but for whatever reason kept getting postponed, to the moment you sat back and realized how grateful you are for everything you have. We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Well, in just a moment, this game is potentially swinging right now. Thanks for tuning in on News Channel Nebraska. My name is Kalen Devitt, along with Andrew Pfeiffer today at Tahazuka Park. It is a beautiful night. Norfolk has just tacked on 2 runs thanks to Jessica Schmidt poking one through the first base side. Had scored Baumgart and Waldo. Was a 7-2 game, now 7-4 after Lincoln Southwest took out Miley Wickman and walked her because she did homer today. Now Chloe Jewett has been benched for Alexis Bradley. Bradley played in the first game of today's doubleheader, had 9 strikeouts and a complete game victory 5-3, and she's back.
She is back to get the save for the Silverhawks here. And with runners on the corners, it won't be easy.
2 high balls to get things started to Kirsten Lynn.
So now you got Wickman on third, looking to bring the lead down to only 3. As looking down the mound is Lynn.
3-0 now. Kirsten Lynn will probably just have the stop sign here, red light, as Lynn trying to find a strike down the middle. That's high, ball 4.
And so the first 4 pitches for Bradley coming back in for the second game, 4 straight balls.
With 1 out, here's Henley Morris, doubled, singled in today's games.
Now Henley Morris has an opportunity to break this game open and put the Panthers back on top.
First pitch she sees, she pops it up high, right side. Andre popped out of the glove, and it is dropped, I believe.
And so they're going to
call
that
in foul territory. I was wondering if Murphy had to pop up and catch it, but we'll check out the replay. She did not make the catch off the pop-up.
Yeah, but it was looking like it wasn't that out-of-bounds part, and so they're going to call that foul.
That is the correct call, foul ball.
Wickman was on her way home, but had to go back, so she'll stay at third. Because nothing changes but a foul ball. Now we're in a full count.
Henley Morris checks that swing. It's down 0-2. She wanted it.
We are at 0-2, yes.
Here's Bradley. Popped up deep center field. Back is Hart. That is gone! Grand slam! Henley Morris, a go-ahead bomb. 8-7 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Holy smokes!
Oh my goodness, Galen. What did I say? A 3-run bomb had the opportunity to take the lead for the Panthers, and willingly so. Check out the absolute bomb from Henley Morris right over the head of Mary Beth Hart as the Panthers have the lead for the first time today.
The all-seeing eye, Andrew Pfeiffer, he said it. It's 8-7.
No more Castellanos in this booth, that's for sure.
Unreal. And that has taken the momentum meter and swung it all the way back to Norfolk. 6 runs this inning. Alexis Bradley, who came back in after a 9-strikeout performance in that first game, gives up a grand slam to Henley Morris. Her first of the year. Back toward the fence.
Not about
right at us. Little duck over our way. That was kind of scary.
Had some heat on it. Looked like 3D a little bit. But
0-2 count for Brooklyn Brands. Boy, has the script flipped. That's high. Bradley's got to reel it in here. What was a 7-2 ball game in the half inning ago. 7-2 in the top of the 5th is now 8-7 in favor of the Panthers. Fouled off again. Brands is hanging in here.
And it's just incredible in how half of an inning, being down 5 runs, surmounting 6. And potentially more, there's only 1 out.
Rand steps out of the box, takes a breather. Bradley now into the circle, trying to find the momentum that she had earlier today. In a 7-inning performance, a lot of heat on that fastball, but just a little too low, 2-2.
It's safe to say that Alexis Bradley's second appearance on the circle tonight did not go the way she expected initially. Keep in mind, folks, this is the same pitcher that had 9 strikeouts in the previous game before, and now came in making her first appearance in this half inning and has let up 6 runs.
Fortunately for her case, not all of those earned, but it is a tough situation to be in. Good strike 3 called.
And off a full count, there's a little revenge from Bradley, as the Silverhawks now have 2 down. Just at this point, damage control, man. Get back to the plate, try to put up some more runs, and just get out of this inning if you are Southwest.
Eight to 7. Norfolk leads by a run thanks to a Henley Morris grand slam. Big swing and a miss from Zoe Nielsen. Alexis Bradley won the battle a moment ago against Brooklyn Brands, got the strikeout, 10th total on the season now. First of this game. Fouled off. One-two count.
And the life has just came back into that Norfolk dugout from what was once silence previously in these earlier this game has now turned into chants and hollering, and Norfolk is fired up.
One-two count. Just outside, ball 2. For Zoe Nielsen, the left fielder today for the Panthers.
And so ideally for Bradley and Southwest, you're a pitch away from closing out what has just been the most damaging inning of the night.
Right at the first baseman, Murphy makes the catch to end the inning, but not without damage done. A whopping 6 runs scored for Norfolk. They lead 8-7. To the top of the 6th we go. Taha Zuka Park in Norfolk with News Channel Nebraska.
The first time I ever took prescription opioids is when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I think I was 16 years old. I must have gotten a 30-day script. I took them all in 3 days. I was stealing from people, buying substances on the street. I look back at that time with a lot of shame. That's not who I am. Opioid use disorder is not a moral failing.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Well, it's been a fun day today. Top of the 6th inning, softball and News Channel Nebraska, Lincoln Southwest and Norfolk are exchanging haymakers back and forth. It's like a boxing match. First game of the day went to Lincoln Southwest 5-3. Panthers had a chance to potentially tie the game or win it in the bottom of the 7th with 2 runners on. Could not do so. Lincoln Southwest and Norfolk in this game, the second game of our doubleheader. It's been back and forth. Was 1-0 Lincoln Southwest, then 2-1 Norfolk, then 3-2, 7-2, and after a grand slam, it's 8-7. Panthers leading Lincoln Southwest. And after all of that, we get back to the top of the 6th inning with a foul ball off the screen.
So now Lynn back at the mound for the Panthers. After an inning to which afterwards kind of seemed like this was the end for Norfolk today, but little did we know. The attitude has changed completely, and that definitely has to take the pressure off Lynn.
This is Vivian Marichapeau. Up to bat, she is in for Bria Cades. 2-1 count. Lynn, nice drop, drilling that into left field for a single. Vivian Marichapeau.
Nielsen just couldn't quite get the snag, but it didn't really matter, as Chapeau made a nice shot to left field. And you can't really just get the ball over to first in time, so that's a solid base hit.
Nicely done for her first opportunity getting into the game. Now McKenna Murphy tries to show bunt, pulls back.
Chapeau almost went there.
Here's Lynn. Pulls back the bunt again, this time in there for a strike. Yeah, Marichapeau, she is not afraid of getting off the bag.
You can see her digging her right foot into the base there, just getting ready to take off at sign of first contact.
And there's the contact, gets past the shortstop and Henley Morris. Chapeau toward third, thrown out in time, back towards second. It's a double.
I think they actually called her safe there at second and safe at third as well. So Wickman was unable to come up with the snag. And we'll take a look at the replay right here. Kalen rips it on over to left field. Nielsen bobbles it, throws it back into Wickman, isn't in time on third. So the throw from Nielsen into Wickman on third wasn't in time, and then Wickman over to Morris was not in time as well. It looks like we got another got a little time visit here.
Conversation here with Siegschlag and his squad.
So what could have been a double play ended up not resulting in any outs at all, as the ball fell right at Nielsen's feet.
Well, back-to-back base hits for Lincoln Southwest to open up the top of the sixth inning, and they are not letting that grand slam take them for granted, as short day for Kirsten Lynn. Jessica Schmidt, who started off the day in the first game of the doubleheader, she is the most experienced and probably the best pitcher, the ace, as you would say, for Norfolk, and she returns to the circle.
So they're going to bring Schmidt in, try and get the save for the Panthers to relieve Lynn, who pitched a handful of innings. Initially gave up all those runs in the beginning for Southwest, but pressure kind of came off her a little bit as the Panthers took the lead with 6 unannounced runs, and then unable to close it out. Now you have 2 runners on second and third. And I think it was the right call to give Lynn that break and bring in Schmidt to try to get themselves out of the jam, and there's still no outs in this inning.
Lynn only pitched a third of an inning. That's all it was whenever she came in. That's tough.
So it didn't work in Lynn's favor, but perhaps Schmidt can get things done here, but there's still no outs. 2 runners threatening to score and take back the lead for the Silverhawks. And so when you're Schmidt, you know, you're not walking into the easiest of scenarios.
It's a pretty easy change, though, because all you have to do is flip Lynn and Schmidt from first to pitcher. So nothing too difficult there for substitutions. But now with 2 runners on and none down, second and third, Kenna Brett Schneider, the leadoff hitter today, is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Tries to lay down a bunt, it's foul. Popped right into the hand of Baumgart. Palmed it. That was pretty impressive.
Good heads-up play from Baumgart, being able to corral that ball in. Schmidt was making her way home just in case Southwest was going to try to steal.
Now that bunt is down. Throws the runner at third. Ball over to first is an error on the throw. It scores a run, and we are tied.
And the name of the game for the Panthers today is errors, errors, errors. Once more, shooting themselves in the foot. Taking a look at that replay. Ball was just bunted over, tried to make the throw to Schmidt. Unable to come up with it. That led to the tying run from Southwest as we're tied at 8 and still no outs.
It has been that game today. Scored Mary Chapeau, brings up Kennedy Williams, then a Nebraska Cornhusker, future Husker, both for softball and basketball. None down, runners on second and third. Schmidt, too high, gets past the catcher. Baumgart, nothing, no harm done. Runners will stay. Well, it was a really fast-paced game, too, Andrew. Through 4 innings, we were moving pretty quickly, but the last 2 innings have lasted nearly 50 minutes. Lots of runs. Another high one from Schmidt, 2-1.
And we have slowed down immensely, Kalen, like you said. But like you said, it's kind of like that boxing match. They're just trading blows with each other, taking the lead back and forth, and not a whole lot of defensive action so far.
Fouled off, but if we're using boxing as the synonym for today, who will make the knockout blow? None down, top of the 6th inning, tied at 8. Williams delivers one through. It's picked up by Waldo, throw over to first, gets the first out. Save!
Wow, and then there's another run.
Another run scores while the Panthers weren't paying attention. How about the heads-up play from Lincoln Southwest?
Wow. Just caught not paying attention. Took advantage, just a robbery run for Southwest.
Well, check out the replay here. So there's the scoop, the throw over to first. You say she was off the back, and everybody was questioning it. And the run came through.
And it seemed like Baumgart was the only one that saw it as she was trying to get the ball in, but it was too late.
We'll mark it down as a single. It's 10-8, and if this is a game that you've seen about everything.
And there's still no outs as she was called safe on first.
What a wild day at Tahazuka Park.
And wild is an understatement. The momentum back and forth. And you can see it on the energy from both dugouts. Whoever has the lead just seems to be a little bit more chipper. But the energy has just gone back and forth so much, you don't know how this is going to end up.
And the best part is, we ain't done yet.
Traditionally, I feel like this game would be far over by now, but because they're just offensively going at it, this game is extended way longer than average.
Norlinger, really nice bat on ball, fouled it off left side. We'll do it again at 1 and 2. Williams sped her way to first and picked up a couple RBIs while doing it. 3 runs this inning for Lincoln Southwest with no outs. Morris flips second, not in time. Back to first, not in time.
Oh no. Morris tried to flip it to Waldrow. Maybe in an attempt to turn it too. Misses on the throw, not in time. Waldrow tried to get it over. Oh man. Norfolk just can't seem to catch a break this inning. And I think the original idea, the intent was to try to turn it too.
This driven right over Waldo. Williams stops, the beautiful throw home. Runners are caught on the base paths.
And what could potentially... Now here
Run
we go.
down, this is incredible. And everybody's safe.
Oh my goodness.
Caught Norfolk in a true pickle.
How about that? So from what was a pickle between second and third, take a look at the replay. So it's originally a base hit, but then maybe a little confusion as there was a pickle between second and third, and everyone was just hollering, hold on to the ball. Don't let that runner from third come in, but she throws it trying to beat that pickle out between second and third, bringing that third base runner back in as the Southwest Silverhawks once again catch Norfolk sleeping.
I think if you're Norfolk there, I know as hard as it is with that many runners, you probably, all you need to do is take the ball to third, or to home, and then just chase the runner back to third and just make them stay. That is such a tough play to make.
And you can't blame Bromgard completely because in that heat of the moment, everyone's yelling. You don't know what to do. Runners you have things coming at you from all angles.
It's in there for a strike. It's 11-8. 11-8 after 1 run scores. Norlinger on third, Madsen on second. This is rounded toward Waldo. She'll throw to first in time. 1 run scores off of that RBI dribbler. It's Norlinger. The lead is 12-8.
And so a sacrifice ground out, if you will.
And the first out of the inning finally comes across.
Almost an hour later.
There's a strike, or excuse me, ball, just off the plate. Runner on third. It's a 4-run game. The momentum has flipped back and forth again. Now it's all favoring the Silverhawks. Inside, ball 2 on Dostal.
And keep in mind, we are still at the top of the 6th inning. So Norfolk still has a chance to get bats on ball and potentially rally back like they have. But the bats are hot for both teams here tonight.
Two to one. 2-1 count for Emma Dostal. The best part about softball is that anything can happen.
Right,
you still got outs.
We've seen it all. We've seen grand slams. We've just seen the craziest of things happen. Definitely getting your practice in as a broadcaster, Kaylin.
Bugs are falling from the lights above us. Grounded foul. A big 3-2 here.
Now, could this 3-2 be the second out of the top of the 6th? An inning, a half inning, mind you, that seems like it has been going on forever, and because it has.
Only 1 down. Down low, ball 4.
It's almost safe to say a majority of tonight has been spent in this inning.
Siegschlag will take a moment to chat. A 25-minute inning, according to our truck operator, Connor Luby. And another pitching change, potentially, for Norfolk. It looks like we will have a change. This is Lexi Kettler, and we'll tell you about her coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us, supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. Norfolk Auto Center, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple always. And by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their top priority.
Okay, that's it. Done. Stop. Partnership. It's more than a handshake in a farm field. These are cliches and conventions, and we're here to break them. We want to do the work that needs doing, to take on your challenges together. Let us help move your operation forward. We promise to be the partner you need, not the one you're used to. Honest.
Lexi Kettler is in the circle for Norfolk. She takes over for Schmidt. Runner goes to second, just throws back to Kettler, and no harm done. An incredible game today. Caitlin Debin, Andrew Pfeiffer joining you at Tahazuka Park in Norfolk. Panthers led 8-7 after a grand slam, and now Lincoln Southwest has tacked on a whole lot more runs. This ball drops in right field. The mistakes continue to come for Norfolk, and 13, another run comes across for the Silverhawks.
A series of unfortunate events just not seeming to come to an end for the Panthers. Dropped ball after missed ground balls after you name it.
And we have officially wrapped around the order, as this is Bria Cades, Vivian Mary Chapeau, who started off this inning about 27 minutes ago.
It looks like they're going to intentionally walk.
And that's exactly what Panthers do. Coach Seesog, we heard him say to just put her on. Now the bases are loaded with one down, 13-8 in the top of the sixth inning. It's a 5-run ball game.
You can hear the coaches from the Norfolk dugout just saying, make a play, make a play. And now another conversation being had between the umpire and the head coach for Lincoln Southwest. Meanwhile, over here in the booth, Kaylin and I are scraping bugs away, and
it's getting that time of night, raining bugs. 13-8, Lincoln Southwest pouring it on in the sixth. That's down for a ball. Lexi Kettler in the circle. This is the first time that she has seen the circle as a junior. Her first appearance, and it's not an easy one to be put in. Murphy is a 2-0 count. Hits it toward Waldo. Waldo makes the tag and gets slammed into, made the out.
Oh my goodness, what do we have here? Let's take a look at the replay. Oh my.
Norfolk potentially wanting an ejection here.
So Waldrow came up with the field, but was immediately greeted. And
she slammed into it.
Norfolk dugout not happy at all.
Let's see that one more time here as the officials are talking about it. So the play was made by Waldo. That's not the question. She made the tag. The runner is out. But here's what happened is slammed into each other. And I think the question is if it was an intentional putting the body into Waldo. It's always tough to say.
And I understand if Waldrow was on the baseline and was just in the way, but also at the same time, you have to understand that that kind of stuff is avoidable. And I think that is what the coaches are trying to preach to the umpires here as they're still pondering a decision. but those type of collisions are avoidable.
And that's Mary Chapeau, who ran into Waldo. I'm curious because a run scored. So the question would be, will a run score? Coming back to Coach Siegschlag, I think the run will probably score.
So from what it's sounding like, Norfolk's wanting them both to be out, having eject the Lincoln Southwest runner that ran into Waldro.
All right, I think that the officials here are saying that there's not a lot that neither Waldo nor Mary Chapeau could do.
You know,
you're running, you're trying to get to second, you look up and you see that Waldo's right there, and she's in the base path. You're right, that's one thing, Andrew.
And you want to argue, like, was it intentional? Was it, I mean, you could have very well have gone around it. I mean, but she was also standing there, so it's all just, it's hard to make a correct decision, that is. But no matter how it plays out, someone's not going to be happy.
So that run will score. 2 outs.
Coaches are livid on that Norfolk dugout. You hear one of them say the runner ran into the defender, and he said, know the rule.
When two runs ended up scoring there. So that's big. Now just one runner on. It's 15-8. This game has flipped. Mary Beth Hart is the only runner who has not scored in this inning. Every other at-bat has scored. Fouled off left side. 2 down. Wow. I mean, this is just crazy game.
Are running high.
Kind of Brett Schneider with a 1-1 count. Strike, it's 1-2. And now for Norfolk, you got to do the tough thing. You got to get this 3rd out. And then what you need to do is you got to try to come back and play softball in the bottom of the 6th. And for Lincoln Southwest, you're feeling pretty good about how this game has gone right now. You're just hoping that Norfolk comes up flat, deflated.
In a game that you just thought couldn't get crazier, did. You know, from what wasn't, well, I guess, yes, scores did come through from that play, but there's just not a lot of words.
Here's a ball. 2-2.
To attest to what you said earlier in the game, Kaylin, it is softball. You never know what's going to happen. And hence the case there.
Past Wickman. Throw it over the first, not in time. Gets past Lynn. Runners will hold at 2nd and 3rd. Nightmare scenario in this 6th inning.
There's 2 outs. And if you're Norfolk, you're just saying, get us out of here. Someone needs to come up with a play. I don't want to say it's possible to, well, I think mercy rules are out of the question as of right now, but I mean.
Popped up, out of play. Top of the 6th inning, 15-8. Swung hard toward right field. That's off the fence, off the top of the mesh. And it's a double for Williams. She's holding her head. She thought she had a dinger.
So Williams gets the stand-up double.
And it again clears the bases. It is 17-8.
Oh my goodness. And it just continues to rain hard down on the Panthers with no let-up in sight.
Brett Schneider and Murphy have both scored twice this inning.
And forget two-out magic. This is a two-out beatdown.
Brenly Norlinger comes back in the batter's box. 2-2 count. Excuse me. Right back toward the pitcher. The throw is off the bag. Williams toward the plate. That's 18.
It was almost over. It was almost over. And another error yet again, and the inning continues.
Lexi Kettler made the play. You just got to make that throw, and that's a tough one. Just because of everything that's happened today so far in this inning. I mean, the score of this matchup is unprecedented for how this game has played out.
18 to 8, 10-run lead. You know, I was talking about it earlier, Kalen, is mercy rule starting to come into play now?
So now that it's a 10-run lead, if the Panthers cannot score a run in the bottom of the sixth, the game will be over. Fouled off. The rule in Nebraska softball is 10 after 5. Yes, it has been 6, but it's not the end of 6 yet. So you got to wait until the bottom half is over. However, Norfolk does not have that in their mind. For the Panthers, you got to come back and rally. You got to tack on some more runs. This game is not over yet. Swung hard left field, and that is crushed. It's a 2-run blast. Delaney Madsen gets it done.
Now, am I seeing this score right? Is this softball or is this a football game, Kalen? 20. You heard that right, 20 to 8. Are you kidding me?
Unreal performance. A 2-run home run, and that jumps the lead to 12. Giving Lexi Kettler a little bit of confidence here. You just got to get one out here for this Panther defense.
And when does it end if you are Norfolk?
Got to find an out here.
You know, you had the inning previous where they came back 5 runs unannounced, took the lead after a grand slam, and not only did Southwest get the lead back, but they've really blown it open.
Coach Anutka chatting with the umpires, trying to get some substitutions in. Silverhawks jumping around in circles. They are having fun today.
Now there's a delay. We're not quite sure what's taken so long. There's a conversation between Southwest head coach and the Blue. It looks like we'll finally get to resume play here.
We got a pinch hitter, a substitution.
Now batting number 9, Ainsley Heinrichs.
Ainsley Heinrichs comes in. Heinrichs batting for Mary Beth Hart.
She makes her first appearance tonight. She is a senior, normally a pitcher.
That gets through for a base hit for Heinrichs.
And Southwest has now decided to go to the dugout and circle out their talent and bring those seniors on, have them get a chance to step on the diamond tonight.
Up to bat, number 18, left fielder, Emma Dawson.
And more time taken from Southwest as we yet again have another stop and play.
At this point, Onutka is trying to get some of the other players subbed into the game. 12-run lead. Trying to get some other ladies some much wanted experience. And this is, I believe it's Mabry Spahn who comes back in.
Now batting number 14, Mabry Spahn.
2 outs. Mabry Spahn. She played in the first game today. Had a single. There's strike one.
Kaylin, this might be the most, you know what? No, is the most insane softball game I have ever seen.
Welcome to News Channel Nebraska. 2-1 for Mabry Spahn. Lexi Kettler just wants to get out of this inning. Hit right toward the shortstop. Morris makes the catch and finally puts a capper on this inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 20-8 your score. Norfolk Bats coming up next.
At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, listening to you to create an individualized healthcare plan that fits your needs and preferences is our top priority. Whether you need an annual checkup, specialized gynecology care, or pregnancy management, we partner with you to provide expert care using advanced practices, technology, and techniques. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN. Care on your terms is the Faith difference.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. Norfolk Auto Center, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple always. And by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their top priority.
We feel it at the grocery store, when we pay our cable bill, or purchase our favorite coffee. Costs are on the rise. That's not true with electricity. For the past 10 years, customers in communities served by Nebraska Public Power District have enjoyed no annual overall rate increases. So, considering how electricity powers our everyday, it remains a great value. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Woodhouse Chevy is making car buying better with 2 convenient locations in Missouri Valley, Iowa, and our newest location in Omaha at 112th and Dodge. With a huge selection of new cars, trucks, and SUVs, experience the entire Chevy lineup and explore our savings going on now. Visit us in store or online anytime to shop our current offers and all our inventory. Find new roads with Woodhouse Chevy in Missouri Valley and now in Omaha.
Back on News Channel Nebraska, Kayla Devin along with Andrew Pfeiffer as we have reached the bottom of the 6th inning with Peyton Schnur. (20-8) your score. And with Alexis Bradley out there just trying to end this game. Norfolk needs to score 3 runs to keep playing in the top of the 7th. Strike one. The last time we were here, it was the bottom of the 5th, and Norfolk had just taken an 8-7 lead. 13-run score in the top of the 6th. Schnur to Williams, grounds it, throws over. There's out number 1.
Like you said, Kaylin, from what seemed like Norfolk got back all that momentum after a grand slam to get the lead back 8-7. Who would have thought, would you have thought that 13 runs following would have been the outcome?
Riley Severance checks in for Kylie Baumgard. Swing and a miss from Severance. 45-minute half inning. And the Panthers, we talk about some of the errors they've had today, roughly 8 or so errors. I'm not a professional scorekeeper, but that's in the ballpark area that I had on defense for this Panthers squad. Just been a tough day.
A tough day indeed, as a lot of those balls have been pulled to the left side of the field.
Right side popped up, making the catch. Norlinger, and 2 away. Emerson Waldo comes in for the Panthers. She's played a pretty good game today. She's 0 for 2 with a walk, but in the both doubleheader that she has played, and defensively, she's been tremendous. One 0 count for Waldo. Here's Bradley, delivers, nicely hit right in front of the center fielder. And that's a single for Emerson Waldo.
So a good hit from Waldo to save what, is the game, but, there's not a whole lot you can do as 2 down. Wickman up to bat, was intentionally walked in her last appearance because before that, Wickman had an absolute bomb.
Swing and a miss. Wickman way out in front.
Norfolk is just grasping at straws at this point, just trying to stay alive, make this not a mercy rule, but 1 out will say otherwise.
Runner on, ball outside. The pressure has been taken off Alexis Bradley. She gave up that grand slam after coming in. Thrown back down to the line to first. Not there, it's 1-2.
And from what was a 45-minute inning, went rather quickly for the Panthers this time.
Bradley deals, swing and a miss, and Wickman is sat down, and that ends your game. A wild turn of events, a game that went back and forth until Lincoln Southwest opened it up in the 6th inning and gets the victory. Final score 20-8. Lincoln Southwest takes down Norfolk. Your top plays and interviews are coming up next on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores. And by You Save Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
At JSP, we show up every day with one goal in mind: taking care of the great people of the communities we serve. For the last 15 years, keeping people comfortable in the Hudson Valley has been our main priority. Our award-winning customer service and customized solutions make calling JSP a simple choice. Our trained professionals can solve almost any issue in your home or business, and make you another satisfied customer. Call JSP today.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Driving by on the highway, you'd never guess what this store holds. When you walk in, rest assured this small-town vet supply store has big city selection. There's a good chance if what you're looking for isn't in the back, they can order it for you. Luckily, you'll get the small-town friendly service and knowledgeable sales staff every step of the way. From vaccine help to renting a tux for your son's wedding. See the staff at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
Valley Vet Supply.
Big day for Lincoln Southwest as the Silverhawks take both games today, 5-3 and 20-8 in our doubleheader. Right now we have Andrew Pfeiffer down by the Southwest Silverhawk bench with our player of the game, Emma Dostal.
Thank you, Galen. I'm here with Emma Dossel, our player of the game. Emma, you put up a tremendous performance tonight where you went 3 for 3. You were walked, you hit a double, you put up 3 runs, and you also hit 2 home runs. How does it feel?
Honestly, it feels great, but I'm mostly proud of my team. Like, I couldn't have done them without, or I couldn't have done it without them. Like, I think it was just a good vibe. Like, I was so proud of everyone.
And the energy in this game went back and forth. What were your feelings like when you were in that dugout and, they hit that grand slam and they took the lead, and then your team amounted 13 runs as a comeback?
Yeah, I think we just knew after that grand slam that we needed to, lock in and, we needed to, hit the ball like we know we can, and that's what we did.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Have a good rest of your season. Thank you so much. All righty, Coach. All right, we're here with Coach Minutka. He is our head coach here for Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. Coach, I don't even know what to say. That was probably the craziest softball game I have ever seen. A grand slam. They took the lead. You guys came back 13 runs. What was going through your guys' heads?
One of the things that we are priding ourselves on is we're trying to be a complete team. And the deal today was that everybody contributed. And the main thing was, too, is we know we've got a lot of speed, and we're going to utilize it the best we possibly can. If we can put pressure on teams, that's the plan. And right now, it looked good today. A long season ahead of us, though. Real long season. Norfolk's going to be a great ball team. We've had battles with them for the last, since I've been here for 3 years. Usually we split the doubleheader. Today we were lucky enough to win both.
And an incredible performance indeed for the Southwest Silverhawks. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you much for being here today.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Great job with Coach Mitch Anutka and our player of the game, Emma Dostal. Well, now that we have that, let's take you to our top plays, let you know exactly how things shaped up. And it might be a wild one. We'll do our best to keep up with you and let you know how things happen. Top plays brought to you by Currency and Elkhorn Valley Bank. Lots of sunlight to begin the game today. Definitely a change in the weather as this game went on. But it all started with Norfolk tacking on their second run. They had a homer here to give the lead. It was Miley Wickman who scored a home run after Kirsten Lynn hit a bomb. Now 2-1 Norfolk with the lead here in the third inning. Lincoln Southwest was able to tack on another run. Here was a home run from our player of the game, Emma Dostal. It was a 2-run shot to give Lincoln Southwest a 3-2 lead. The hits just kept piling on, homers on both sides. The leads continued to change, and we're only in the 4th inning. We have lots of softball left to play. 3-2, and a big swing of the bat that gets past Wickman. Runs continue to score, gets past the left fielder out there for the Panthers. It's 5-2 at this point. And now it's 6-2. Lincoln Southwest, a beautiful job drilling that one past the Henley Morris there at shortstop. Tacks on yet another run. It's Mary Beth Hart who scores for the Silverhawks, 7-2. But things weren't quite done yet. With the bases loaded, here's a shot that gives the Panthers a 1-run score there. 2-run score for the Panthers, made it 7-4. And then Henley Morris rocks one deep to center field. It is gone. Panthers take the lead back with 4 runs on a grand slam in the bottom of the 5th. It's 8-4 at this point. Panthers had come all the way back and had taken the lead, and the crowd was going crazy at Tahazuka Park in in Norfolk, but Lincoln Southwest was not done yet. They tie the game at 8-8, and then they tack on some more runs as this ball gets through. It was safe there, and the Panthers weren't quite sure what was happening, and another run scored while they were trying to talk about it. So it became a 10-8 lead at this point for Lincoln Southwest, and that was just the start of the change of this game. And another home run for Lincoln Southwest, errors and hits, and the Silverhawks continue to pour it on and change the game in 1 inning, and they win the game 20-8. Lincoln Southwest sweeps the Norfolk Panthers and gets it done to start the season off 2-0 as Norfolk drops to 0-2. Or remember to hang out with us as we've got more sports happening tomorrow. Week 0 matchup, Elkhorn North and Beatrice. It's Week 0 football on NCN, and thanks for tuning in to today's matchup. For everybody in the truck, Danny, Connor, Luby, our crew with the cameras, my color man, and halftime play-by-play guy, Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Kalen Debin. Thanks for joining us on News Channel Nebraska.